Hello and welcome to Thursday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where, as you can see on your screens, we've got a new Fog of War puzzle to have a go at. In fact, this isn't actually a new Fog of War puzzle. This is a slightly older Fog of War puzzle, but it's from a series that we've already done 3 puzzles from. It's called Unique Under the Fog 3.0 by Visumation. We've done, I think we did the original one, we've done 4.0 and 5.0. But many of you wrote in and said we should definitely have a go at this one, which apparently is a little harder than some of the others. And I love this rule set. Basically, it's normal Fog of War, but you can't repeat a digit within a constraint. So, for example, you can see that Visumation always labels very considerately for colourblind folk the constraints. So there's a sort of green line constraint here. So the green lines are obviously going to those cells and those cells at least. And we couldn't repeat a digit on a... so if this cell here was a 1, you couldn't put a 1 in any of those green line cells because they would repeat within a constraint. And in this puzzle, that's against the rules. Yeah, so this is what we're going to have a look at. I'll read you the rules properly in a moment or two's time. But I have actually just done a puzzle with this rule set last night. I solved a puzzle with Sophie, who won the competition for last month. Sophie's in New Zealand and very kindly got up incredibly early to record a video with me, and it was brilliant. She is a brilliant solver, and I think the video has worked. So I'm hoping that video might go live on the channel on Monday morning UK time. I just want Sophie to have a look at it first and check that she's happy with it. But that was a lot of fun. I have to say, I really do enjoy solving with you guys when I get the opportunity. So yeah, we had fun last night doing that. And then what else can I tell you about? I've got a few things to mention today. Blueprints. The next stream that Mark and I are going to be doing is on Monday night at 10 PM UK time, so we'd love to have your company if you're free for that. Let's have a look at Itrio. This is this month's competition. Oh, will it let me? Yes, it will. So this is the league table of where we were up to. This fabulous set of puzzles themed on yin yang. Obviously, we were at 431 correct solvers as of yesterday, and nearly 2,000 had solved the first puzzle. We are going to get to 2,000, aren't we? 465 now have finished the final puzzle. That's terrific solving. Feedback we're getting on this is terrific as well. So do get involved. There's still loads of time left before the competition closes on the 20th. We've got our new apps, the Sudoku worms, which are out. And I'm going to talk about something a little bit different today. My sister-in-law, Rachel, is launching a business today, and it's related very tangentially to Cracking the Cryptic, because Rachel has always been just a super. Let me show you. Then you'll see what I mean. Rachel's always been just an incredibly gifted artistic person, especially with embroidery, as you can see here. And she's launched this business called What Florence Did Next. And I don't know if these pictures really do justice just how intricate these patterns are, but they are incredible. It's a real gift. She has on occasion tried to show me how to do this, and I would find it utterly impossible. But anyway, Rachel's business launched today at midday, and I'll try and remember to put a link to it in the video description, because I do know that we're followed by lots of people who are artistically minded, and indeed some very fine stitchers as well. I'm thinking of people like you, Emily. I think Emily Williams would be interested in this, so maybe check it out, see what you think, and have a look at Rachel's new business. So that's another thing. And I've got birthdays to do as well. Let's have a look at this. I've got 2 birthdays to do today. We'll start with Jill. Jill, you've turned 18 today. You're having chantilly cake, I gather. And you said I wouldn't approve of chantilly cake because I was more of a chocolate cake and banana person. But no, No, bananas are the food of the devil. I could not. No, bananas and me do not mix. Not very good with all yellow food, to be honest, but especially not bananas. Chocolate, that is fine. And chantilly cake, I mean, I think that's all right, providing it's very heavily iced. And I was intrigued. You sent a picture. I think you keep a lot of birds, don't you, if I remember? And one of your birds in particular, called Lemon, is a particular fan of the channel. I love the fact that I mean, that can't be true, but it sort of tickles me that there might be a bird that actually enjoys cracking the cryptic. Anyway, Jill, many happy returns. And then we'll go to Chattanooga in Tennessee. The Chattanooga Choo Choo. That's a piece of music, isn't it? Or am I going crazy? Juniper, it's your birthday. You've turned 20 today. I know this because your boyfriend Owen wrote to us and said, I think the two of you both solve puzzles, but he says you're a bit better than him, Juniper. So well done on that. And I have to ask you a question. Which flavour cake would you like Owen to bake you today? There will be extra frosting for whatever you choose. I choose chocolate. And Juniper, many, many happy returns. That's all the news. Let's have a look at Unique Under the Fog 3.0. And I'll read you the rules of Visumation's third puzzle in this sequence. They are as follows. We've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Then we've got neighbouring digits on a green German whisper line must have a difference of at least 5. So whatever this digit is, this digit, let's make that. I'm not going to put it in case I happen to guess right, and it clears the fog, which I wouldn't obviously have earned. I wouldn't have earned the fog clearance, so we mustn't luck out in our fog clearance. We must earn it by logic. So this cell here being a 2 would mean this cell has to be at least 7, because it's got to be at least 5 different from the 2 that I've put in there. Every set of 3 sequential cells on a mint modular line. What was it? I did a puzzle yesterday by Zetamath. Zetamath definitely didn't describe the colour of modular lines as mint. I think he described them as something like quite ugly or something. Anyway, there's them. I can't actually see any mint lines. Let's draw a mint line in. So that's a sort of mint line, isn't it? So if this was a modular line in the puzzle, every set of 3 sequential cells must contain 1 digit from 147, 1 digit from 258, and 1 digit from 369. So if this one was 369 and this one was 147, we would know this had to be a 2, a 5, or an 8. That's sort of how modular lines work. Then we've got neighbouring digits on an orange Dutch whisper line must have a difference of at least 4. And I can't see any of those either. So let's draw in. So imagine this was a line in the puzzle. And let's imagine this cell was a 1. Then this cell would have to be at least 5, because it has to be at least 4 different from 1. And that's how Dutch whispers are going to work. There's a couple more rules. We've got neighbouring digits on a red line must alternate parity. Parity, of course, is sort of oddness and evenness. So if this cell, So if this cell here was even, this cell here would have to be odd, and so would that one. Now, what else? We've got digits in a cage. I can't see a cage. Digits in a cage may not repeat and must sum to the clue in the top left of that cage if given. So whatever's in this cage has to sum to 5. Digits separated by a black dot are in a 1:2 ratio, and that's going to mean one of the digits is double the other. So say this is a black dot. If this was a 2, then this cell here is either 1, because 2 is double 1, or it's 4, because 4 is double 2. So just on black dots we have to make sure one digit is double the other. Then we've got cells with a grey square contain an even digit. Right, so we've got a whole plethora of those, look, dotted around the grid. All of these cells, I think, have a grey square, so all of those have to be even. Cells with a grey circle contain an odd digit. I can't see any of those, so if that was a circle, that would be an odds digit, which would be helpful with the parity line. Yeah, and here's the unique constraint. So it then says each constraint type, so all of those constraints we've just listed above, may contain no repeated digits anywhere in the puzzle. And then it uses an example from a Rembrandt line. I think Visumation did that in the last puzzle as well. So what that means is, if this cell here, which is a parity line, if this is a 1, let's just put 1 in, then no other parity line digit can contain a 1. So that's sort of the uniqueness constraint. And then it says, additionally, the grid is partially covered in fog. Placing a correct digit may clear fog somewhere in the grid. Okay, so this is so-called dynamic fog, is that what that means? So there are two types of fog of war puzzle. There's a fog of war puzzle where if you say got this cell, it would definitely clear the fog all around the cell. And then there's dynamic fog, which is sort of the sophisticated follower of the original fog of war mechanic, and that in that version, if we get this cell, it may clear the fog from nowhere, or it may clear the fog from over here. We don't know, but the constructor has designed the puzzle to be logically solvable sequentially, so we don't need to guess. You'll ruin the puzzle if you guess, so I definitely advocate against that. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Okay, so what I should do first, I think, is to extend these lines. I mean, there's something I can see straight... Oh, whoopsie. There's something I can see straight away regarding the parity lines. But let's do the whispers. So what I'm seeing with the parity lines here is that 9 cells are occupied now by the parity lines. So in fact, these digits are all different, and that's almost like an extra region of the puzzle, in the sense that these red cells have to contain a digit 1, a digit 2, a digit 3, all the way through to a digit 9. So there's going to be one of every digit on these lines here. Oh, okay, the middle digit's odd. Right, so here is another little thing I'm noticing. We've got 4 grey squares. So they are all even digits, aren't they? 2, 4, 6 and 8. But remember, we can't repeat a digit within the grey circle. So if this cell here was a 2, none of these could be a 2. So this 2, 4, 6, 8 quadruple here is just that. It's a quadruple. It's one of each of 2, 4, 6 and 8. And those cells all look at this cell, which is in the middle of the puzzle. So this can't be even. This has got to be odd. So maybe... I'm wondering if this is going to be a parity puzzle, in the sense that we should try and shade the grid. I normally use blue for even digits and orange for odd digits, purely because orange and odd begin with the same letter. So these now, by parity logic, oh, that's great, yeah. So by parity line logic, these are both even, and now I've got all the evens in column 5, because there's only the digits 2, 4, 6 and 8 that are even in Sudoku. Now... Right, okay, here's another point that we can deduce from that. Look at the 2 parity lines that we've got left. Now each of these is a 3-cell parity line. Now, I mean, because we're alternating parity, obviously both of these lines must have at least 1 even digit on them. But in fact, therefore, they must have exactly 1 even digit on them, because I've already used 2 of the 4 even digits on this parity line. So this line must have 1 even digit on it, which must be there, otherwise there would be 2, and this one must have 1 even digit on it, otherwise there would be 2. And we've totally shaded our parity lines now. now, what do we do next? I have to say, I really admire Visumation's ability to hide things in this sort of puzzle. It's not easy in a fog of war, you know, to just reveal certain things and still make the logic interesting, but Visumation is a master at it. Because I'm looking at this, I'm not really sure what to look at. I mean, I've got a 5 cage here. That's going to have to only be 2 cells large, because if it had 3 cells in it, the minimum occupants of those 3 cells would be 1, 2 and 3, because you can't repeat digits in a cage, and 1, 2 and 3 sum up to 6, which is knowledge bomb, more than 5. So these cells are either a 1-4 pair or a 2-3 pair. And okay, right. The German whispers lines that are sort of going through this even cell and this even cell. German whispers lines, they have a similar principle that applies to them to parity lines, but sometimes we call it polarity, in the sense that every digit on a German whispers line will either be above or below the digit 5. And the reason for that is, well, let's firstly realise you can't put 5 on a green line. If you put 5 on the green line, the next digit needs to be at least 5 different from 5. And if you go up, you get to 10 and higher, which aren't Sudoku numbers. And if you go down, you get to 0 and lower, which also aren't Sudoku digits. So 5 is not going on a green line. So let's imagine, let's imagine this is a lower than 5 digit then. What would be the nature of this digit? And the crucial thing to realise is it couldn't also be lower than 5. Because if this was also lower than 5, the furthest apart these 2 digits could be would be 4 and 1, which are 3 apart, not 5 apart. So this is going to be, if this is lower than 5, this will be higher than 5, and then this will be lower than 5 again. So we're going to get an oscillation. But there's one more point to make about a German whispers line, which is that 4 and 6 are quite difficult digits to put on the line. 5 is impossible. 4 and 6 are nearly impossible. They only partner up with 1 digit. So 4, for example, in this position, it could go next to a 9. That's the only digit that's 5 away from 4. But it can't go next to 2 9s. So if this is 4, the problem is you have to put 9 in both of those cells. So this is not 4. And similarly, it's not 6. Because if this is 6, the only Sudoku digit that's 5 away is 1. And we'd have to put 2 1s into those cells. So this is 2 or 8. By the same logic, this is 2 or 8, which means these are 4 and 6. Because we can't, that's sort of a 2-8 pair within the grey squares. Now this square, which is even, is not 4 and not 6, because it sees, remember these are different, it sees both of them. And that's, what does that mean? That's definitely going to mean something. Hang on, let me think about that. So this digit, which is 2 or 8, is now not repeating on a parity line. So it is not right. Right. So I see something as a result of that. So this digit, let me just give it a quick yellow flash here. This digit can't repeat on parity line, so it's not there, and it's not in those 2 positions. So where is it in column 5? And the answer is there. That's the only place it can go. Now that feels, that feels like an unusual enough deduction that I should be able to do something as a result of that, but I can't see what it is. So maybe I have to keep colouring, do I? So this, because we know that this one is this one, and we know that these two are different because they're both on, well, there's two reasons they're different. They're both on green lines and they're both on the grey squares. So that's something else. So that digit is not on this parity position. So purple is in one of those two cells. Just getting a bit... Okay, so this is a 4 or a 6. Because it can't be yellow and it can't be this one. So that's... Okay, so that's that one. Oh, that's it. Right, now, okay, goodness, so it wasn't this one. It was, well, it's sort of indirectly. That's really clever, actually. That's really clever. Okay, so now I'm going to label this one with a new colour. Let's just give it a quick black flash there. Now, the crucial thing is that this one is on a parity line. So again, let's revisit column 5. Where does this one go in column 5? It can't go in these two positions because they're on a parity line. It would repeat on a parity line. It's not allowed to. So the only place for this 4 or 6 is there. And now we can do Sudoku of all things. I mean, it's outrageous being made to do Sudoku in a Sudoku puzzle. But that digit, I actually don't know where it goes, but I know it's in one of those two positions. And therefore it's in the 5 cage, which means this is a 1-4 pair, and these are 4s, and this might... No. Oh, you rotten... Oh, maybe that one then, because these are different as well, don't forget. Oh, I don't believe it. I'm actually slightly worried I've got this wrong then. I mean, that was logical, wasn't it? I feel like it was logical. There must be a 6 in one of these squares now, because whichever one is not purple has to be a 6. Oh dear, that is a disaster. What? How can that not clear anything? I don't know. I'm really confused. Okay, here's something different then. Given we're being forced to think even harder. Those two squares are odd. I mean, this is a completely fatuous thing to say. I mean, clearly they're odd from their colouring. But they've also appeared on red lines already, so they are not those two digits, are they? So where do they go in box 7? They don't go there. They can't be those two. So one of them is here. That must be odd. And one of them is a 1. Because it's got to be up here. So one of these is a 1. And I have no idea what that means. Oh, no, I do. I do know. Oh, I see. Oh, this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. Good grief. Yes. Okay. So having deduced that, let's revisit column 5 again, where this is not a 1, this is not a 1, this can't be a 1, because it's on a red line, and we've already had a 1 on a red line here. So there is a 1 in one of those squares. And now, I perhaps should have done this before, but immediately the fact that these were 1s is making me think about the nature. What's the polarity of this? Is it above 5 or below 5? Well, what would happen if this was 8? Then these two digits would have to be below 5, wouldn't they? And sufficiently different from 8, so they couldn't be 4. They'd have to be selected from 1, 2 and 3, but they couldn't be 1. So this would be a 2-3 pair, but it can't be a 2-3 pair because 2, we've had a 2 and an 8 on green lines already. So if this is 8, there's no fill for this. This has to be 2, I think. I think that's got to be 8. Oh no. Really? It's really a bit... Oh, hang on, that's the same as that. Oh, thank goodness. Right. So at least... Okay, that gives me some confidence that I wasn't just getting all of this wrong. Now, those are both higher than 5 and not 8. So this is a 7-9 pair. These are both lower than 5 and not 2. So these are 1 and 3. And that digit is under a modicum of pressure. Look, by Sudoku, that's 5 or 6. It sees 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 and 4. So it's only able to be 5 and 6, I think. Now, let's just think this through. Can we do anything more than that? We've got a 21 cage that's just appeared out of the fog. Now 21 doesn't have to have a 9 in it. It could be 6, 7, 8. Perhaps. I think there are 3 ways of making 21. It's either 6, 7, 8, which would actually make that a 6, 8 pair, which would be really useful. Or it's 5, 7, 9, which it's looking really hard for it to be 5, 7, 9 because of this 7, 9 pair. If that was 5, this cell could be none of 5, 7 or 9. Wait, hang on. Right. Oh, that's very pretty. This is beautiful, actually. How could this be 3 odd digits? That's it, I think. It's gorgeous. If this is 3 odd digits, 5, 7 and 9, where are we putting those digits in box 7? Well, they're clearly not going in the column, are they? And they're not equal to 1. So the only place that they could go is in those 3 cells. But now there's far too many odd digits in box 7. There's 3 here, 4, 5, and there's a 1 there. That's 6. There's only 5 odd digits in Sudoku. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So this is not 3 odd digits. So it's either 6, 7, 8... or 4, 8, 9, and it's not 4, 8, 9 because 4's already appeared in a cage. So it's 6, 7, 8. Oh, 6, 7, 8. Which I think means this is a 6 by Sudoku, and that worked. I think it means this is 8 by Sudoku. So they're both blue digits, aren't they? So this is now odd because all of the even digits have appeared in... Oh, okay, and 7. I can just write 7 into this box as well. So that's 7. These squares are 3, 5 and 9, 2 of which are on a parity thingy. These squares are 1, 2 and 4 by Sudoku. That cell is not a 7. This is the slightly terrifying moment. And yeah, these fog of war puzzles have a few of these, don't they? Because now there's something I'm meant to spot, and yet I've got no new information. Every digit I've managed to get has not cleared fog. So it's almost certainly some Sudoku trick that I've missed. Okay. Do you remember we looked at this parity line and we said that the odd digits on it were sort of the odd digits in that triumvirate? because they can't repeat on a parity line. Well, now I actually know what they are, don't I? These have got to be 1 and 7. So I've had 1 and 7 on parity lines, and I've had these two, so that's a 3, 5 or 9 in the middle of the grid. And okay, I mean, here's a I don't know if this does anything. I can't see what it's doing, if it does do anything, but I will mention it. That digit is the same as that digit, because this is sort of a 3, 5, 9 triple, isn't it? But so is that from a parity line perspective. Those 3 digits must all be different. So this one must be the same as that one. So that's probably worth giving a little flash to. Oh, bobbins, I don't know what that means. I could well imagine it does mean something. I don't have a what is it I'm missing here then? Ah, okay, this is a 6-8 pair. Which, I don't know if that does something. This is a 7-9 pair, so these odd digits here are from 1, 3 and 5, I think. This is clever. It just is, isn't it? What am I missing here? I mean, there's not much I can look at, is there? I actually really like this feeling here when I'm stuck. But oh, I've got it. It's okay. Where's 7 in column 5? Yeah, when you're stuck, but you don't know why. But with Fog of War, there's only a certain number of cells that you need to focus on. So yeah, so perhaps it was worth. Yeah, I think it was. I think making this, realizing that this cell was that cell, has helped, hasn't it? Because the question I'm asking now is, where is 7 in column 5? And it can't be here. It has to be there, and I hope that's going to clear fog. Yes. Oh, what's DW? Dutch Whisper, is that? Okay, hang on, let me just see. Is this doing anything else, this 7? It might not be. I mean, this digit is 3, 5 or 9 again. Okay, let's see. So this digit, it's on a Dutch Whisper, and the Dutch Whisper is going a wandering, isn't it? It's going at least to those 2 cells. And actually 5 or 6 in the middle of a Dutch Whisper is quite restricted, because if 5 in the middle of a Dutch Whisper is about the most restricted thing you can have, because the digits on either side of it are going to have to be 4 away from 5, and the only qualifying digits are 1 and 9. So if this is a 5, this has to be a 1 because of the 1-3 pair here, and this is going to have to be a 9, which might be okay. Now if this is 6, we can't go up because we're going to hit 10, so we're going to go down. I see. So we're going to go down to a 1-2 pair, and that's always 1. So this square is either 2 or 9. We might be able to do better than that, but this square, whatever, is always 1. Ah. Oh, okay, but that does that. Okay, so maybe we can get more. No. You naughty. Oh, no, this is. I can still do more. There's a 7 in one of those, so that's a 7. Okay, we're getting more. That's a 7. Oh, right. We found another Dutch Whisper. Okay, so what's this? That digit is a little restricted. It can't be 1, 2, 7 or 9. So 3, 4, 5, 6 or 8. But not, no, it's C, 6 and 8. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5 perhaps. So this digit, oh I see. It's got to go high. It's got to go high because if this is 3 or 4, obviously it's got to increase because the digit below it's going to be 4 different and we can't get into 0 and negative numbers. But if it's 5 and goes downwards, it has to hit 1, which has already been on a whisper. So we're going upwards and we can't go, it must be a 9, I think. Because it can't be 6, 7 or 8. I think that's a 9. Yes, that cleared fog. This is a 2, therefore. And 2 was on the line with a 6. So 6 and 8 go in. This is it's just a beautiful puzzle, this. Right, that's 3, 4, 5 in the row. That's 3, 4, 5 in the row. And we're going to be in this situation again now, I think, where no, 2 in the corner, right up there by Sudoku. Oh, good. Okay, I was thinking I can't do anything again, but now, okay, I've got 3 more cage cells because that cage is clearly from the sort of grid furniture going into those positions. So 4 more, 1, 2, 3. Right, so in fact we know what these digits are because we've already had a 1 and a 4 in a cage and a 6, 7 and 8 in a cage. We need 2, 3, 5, 9 into these squares. So let's just label them fully up and see what we can get rid of. I can get rid of 2 from that one. Really? I can get rid of 9 from that one. 3 or 1. There's a 1, 3, 5 triple in box 2. And this is 3 or 5. So this must include 2 and 9. And that is not 2 under any circumstances, or 3 under any circumstances. So this... Oh, no. I see what to do. Okay, what we should do here is look at this column. Because unless I'm going crazy... No jokes, thank you. This square is 5 or 9, so there's a sort of 5-9 pair in this box, which means these squares are actually a 2-3 pair, which means this can't be 3 because 3 has already appeared in a cage. That's got to be 5. So this is a 1-3 pair now, which means this isn't 3, this isn't 3, this isn't 3. There's a 5-9 pair in the bottom row, so we need 2. What do we need there? 2 and 3 into these positions, which apparently doesn't do anything. If that's 5, I suppose this is 9, just to keep the cages different. So this is 5. So this isn't 5, this isn't 9. This isn't, that's a 5 by Sudoku. I didn't see that, so that's not. Oh, whoa! We've got a whole raft of things that have just been revealed. That 9 is the same as this digit, isn't it? So we might as well put that in. That becomes a 5. Okay, so we've got all the odd digits on the parity lines sorted out now, and okay, and we've got 2 new black dots, which I think are the first black dots that we've seen. But, hang on, look at this row. We've got most of the real estate done in this row. Well, that's a 6-8 pair in row 7, which is certainly going to put pressure on this digit. But let's actually just finish the pencil marking. 1-9, a 1-9 pair left to place. So these digits are 6-8. Which isn't resolved, I don't think. Okay, but if this is 6 or 8, we need a digit that's double or half. So this is 3 or 4. And then in box 2, what do we need? Is it even digits again, isn't it? It's 4, 6 and 8. So 6 is not there. Gosh, it feels like we should be able to do better than that, doesn't it? So, well, this is even. This digit is... Could it be 2? It could be 3 if this is 6. It can't be 8 because 8's gone in the box. 2, 3 or 4, I think, because if this is 8, this could be 4. Right, okay, so look at column 4 now. Those squares seem to only be able to be 2, 3 and 4. So this can't be a 4 because that's a triple. Those 3 cells there, let me just highlight them for a moment. Those 3 cells are 2, 3 and 4. So this can't be another 4. So this is now a 6, 8 pair. Oh, and that being 6 or 8 means this has to be 3 or 4. It can't be 2 anymore. So the bottom digit is a 2. That's 3. And surely that does something. Good grief. Okay, apparently not. Oh, 3 in row 5 is a good idea. I'll look at that in a moment. I'm just going to look at this cell first. I think that's 1 or 7. Okay, well, I've noticed something with 3s. These digits here. This pattern comes up all the time in Sudoku. And when you see the 3s sort of aligning in terms of the rows they're appearing in there, you should instantly go to the other row in the 3. So sort of treating those as a unit. Once we get these 3s, we know, well, my eyes go to this row, and I'm saying, where's the 3 in this row? Because I know it can't be in any of those 6 cells, and actually it can't be in these, so it's got to be at the start of the row. Oh, okay, that's good. So we've got another constraint to investigate. Right, so what's this? This is, well, that's not a 7 anymore, because this is a modular line, and that digit is definitely from the 147 modularity, so it can't be next to a 7. So I think that's got to be the 7, which means that's not a 7. Yeah, okay, so let's try and draw this one in. I'm going to have to, I think, oh, I'll use, this is meant to be a mint line, is it? I see, okay. So this is, oh, right, I've got it straight away. Look, this digit can't be a 3, 6 or a 9 by Sudoku. So that digit must be 3, 6 or 9, and it can't be 3 or 6. That's lovely. So that's 9. 9 is in one of those 2 cells by Sudoku. This digit has to be from 258 modularity, so it's 5. That digit's an 8 by Sudoku now. That's good. So that's, oh, we got another reveal up there. That's 8, that's 6. 6 is in one of these 2 cells. Now, what do we need in this column? 1, 4, 5. So I'm not sure if we can do better than that. We might have to look at this line, which is, let's label that. It's going at least to these cells. It could go further, but it's going at least to these cells. And do we know anything about it at all? We know it can't have 9 or 5 on it, so that's not 5. So it is 3 or 4. Well, okay, I mean, one thing I can see is that, which doesn't do anything, very annoyingly, It must have 4 on it somewhere. Well, one of those 3 cells must be a 4, because it has to have a digit from the 147 modularity, and 1 and 7 can't go onto those 3 cells. So one of those is a 4. It might be this one, but one of them is a 4. Which is weird. It doesn't do anything, I don't think. Oh, bother, I don't know then. So... so what do we do with that? Gosh, I don't know. I mean, if it's got... This digit is not the 258 modularity. So if the 258 modularity was in the corner, it would have to be an 8, because it would see 2 and 5. But if it's here, I think it could be 5 or 8. And then from a 369 perspective, I don't know. Obviously it can't have 6 in any of those positions, and this one would have to be, if that was 369, that would have to be 3. Golly, I don't know actually. That's distressing. So I might have missed something somewhere else. I'm looking at this column now. That can't be 5. That digit is 1, 3 or 4. Ah, there's a 3-4 pair in row. That's a 5 now. This is a 1-4 pair. Has that helped? I don't think it has. 5 is now here or here. Oh golly, I don't know. I suspect it's Sudoku. That's what I think. I've probably not majored on as much as I should have done. Where though? I have only got that many cells of Dutch whispers, haven't I? I've got 1 or 4 as a... Oh, hang on, 5. Oh, I see. Ah, that's clever. Right, okay. So this can't be 5 because it would be on 2 modular lines. So this must be 5. Didn't clear fog, but I think that deduction was sound. Right, so there's now an... Oh, that's lovely. Right, so there's now an 8 on this line. Because it must have a digit from 258 modularity, and it hasn't got 2 or 5. So this has got 8 on it. Which means this is a 6. This is an 8. So 6 is placed in this box by Sudoku. And what else? Oh, I see. No, okay. I've been slow with this modular line. Right, but now I see. So these 3 digits, actually, I said they didn't have 6 on, but they don't have 9 on either. So the only digit from the 369 modularity they can have on them is 3. So this is, weirdly, this is a 348 triple. Which means that's 9. Now, what else does it mean? It means that's not 8. Come on, I mean, there's... Oh, I suppose if that's 348, then that's 3, so that's 2. So this is a 2-4 pair, I'm going to claim. Which actually, that's going to do a little bit, isn't it? Because now that seems to have to be 9, just availing ourselves of a Sudoku. Oh, now that's an odd digit, isn't it? So that's got to be... Oh, I see. That's 3 in the corner, that's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Right, that's huge. Look, that is a huge digit, because that is doing lots by way of Sudoku. Oh, RB. What does RB mean? Don't know. I'm being a bit slow there. But 6 on here, that's 3, that's 4. So that 3 is doing some thingies. 3, 1. There's a 2, 4 pair in this row, so the digit we've not included is 5, I think. Yeah, it looks like it's 5. In fact, 5 can go there, 7 can go there. And what does this mean? Oh, that's 3, look. And hopefully... Oh, there's another black dot here. I don't understand this reference here, this RB. But anyway, what's going on? We've had a 4 already on a black dot, so that's got to be a 2, which I think means this is a 1. That's a 7. 7, 9, 9, 1. Something, 2 perhaps? 1, 2, 4. Oh dear. Oh, it's lovely. No, it's fine, because 4's appeared on this modular line, so that's a 1. Which means that's a 1, that's a 4, and that's a 4. And that is another it's a really good puzzle, Visumation. Again, they're very, very clever, these things, because they are not trivial. At least I didn't think it was. You had to keep quite careful track of what was going on with the parity thingies at the start and how they related, especially to that column, and it was bizarre the way it worked. I really liked that I could get these. Somehow I knew those were the same. I can't remember now how I knew it, but then they were forced into that 5 cage, and the sequence of events that led to that was absolutely crucial. Beautiful. It's a beautiful puzzle. Let me know in the comments how you got on with it. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.